I'm Savannah, and today I'm going to show you how to make a healthy and easy meal that tastes great. Today, that meal is baked chicken, brown rice, and roasted broccoli. So whether you want to get fit or just start eating a healthier diet, I will show you how to make that change easy without sacrificing any taste. So now, let's get started. Up next, I'm going to show you the ingredients you will need to make the baked chicken. Here are the ingredients you will need. A chicken, and today we're going to be making 2 chickens because we always love to have leftovers to make chicken salad or have sandwiches throughout the week. Some salt, some garlic salt or garlic powder depending on what you have in your pantry, some pepper, some oil. You can either use canola oil or olive oil, a portion cup to put your spices in, and a measuring cup and a pastry brush to put your oil in. So now, let's get started. Okay, so before you start cooking anything, you always need to wash your hands. So I'm going to start doing that. And you want to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds, so that way you make sure you get all the germs off and make sure the water is nice and hot. Okay, so today I'm going to be using rubber gloves because I love to eat chicken. Touching it, not as much. And the rubber gloves will also help you stay germ-free and clean because whenever you're dealing with a raw chicken like this, make sure that if it touches anything, you wipe it down with Clorox because raw chicken can spread salmonella, which could be potentially fatal. Okay, so now we're going to open up our chicken. And you want to do this in the sink, so that way you don't get your countertops all dirty and stuff. So the best way to do this is with kitchen shears that you can put in the dishwasher. But if you don't have kitchen shears, that's okay. You can always use a knife. We've cut open the plastic. You want to drain off any excess juices that come out from your chicken. Okay, now I've discarded the contaminated plastic on a paper towel so that way I can throw it away later. Now what I'm going to do is rinse my chicken under cold water because you don't want it to cook ahead of time. Make sure you rinse it really well, front and back. Now that I've washed my chicken, I'm going to place it in the bowl and get it ready for seasoning. Now that we've put our chicken in the bowl, you want to rinse out the sink with really hot water because you don't want all the chicken juices in there because they could be potentially dangerous. And after you've rinsed out your sink, even though I was wearing rubber gloves, I'm going to wash my hands again just to take precautions. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put our seasonings in a cup. And the reason I'm putting it in a cup is because once you've touched the chicken, you don't want to touch the bottles of the spices because then you've contaminated the bottles, and that's not a good thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in a tablespoon of garlic powder, and I know this sounds like a lot of garlic powder, but when you think about it, you need to cover the whole chicken front and back, so it's really not that much. And we're going to put in a tablespoon of salt, just like that. And now for me personally, I don't like a lot of pepper and stuff, so I'm only going to put like maybe half a teaspoon of pepper, but you can do the pepper to taste. So now you mix it with a spoon, and depending on how you like to do stuff, you can either sprinkle it on the chicken with your hands or with the spoon. Okay, so now we're going to season the chicken. I have my chicken hand and my basting hand. So if you don't want to have to worry about basting and then sprinkling and basting and sprinkling and all that, all you have to do is dump the spices in your oil. And this way you don't have to worry about going back and forth. And the good thing about this is it's more like a paste, so that way it'll stick better to the chicken. So now we're actually going to baste the chicken. Like I said before, chicken hand, basting hand. So I'm going to take my brush and rub it all over my chicken. And you always want to start with the back side, and you'll know it's the back because the wings, this little part, will be facing down. So I'm going to baste this, and don't be afraid to get in there and get under the wings and rub it. That's why you have your chicken hand, is to rub. Also, if you want to, you can just pour some of the oil over like this and rub. And then if you don't get enough spices on there, you can just use your brush like a spoon and get your spices and just rub it all over your little chicken friend. And once this side's done, you just flip them over and do the other side. And now you just repeat that process right on the other side. Today we're going to cook the chicken on a roasting or broiler pan. That allows the chicken to get nice and tender and juicy and crispy on the outside, just the way I like it. Before you start making any recipe, be sure you have your parents' permission and that they're close by, so that way they know when you're preheating the oven or using sharp objects. For this recipe, your oven needs to be at 375 degrees. You can do all the prep work by yourself, but now that it's time to put these 5-pound chickens in the oven, you really need to get your parents, because safety first. Now that the chickens are in the oven, we're going to set the timer for 1 hour and 15 minutes. We've set the timer for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Now that your chicken's in the oven, you want to make sure everything is extra clean. So get an all-purpose cleaner with bleach and spray your countertops down. And then you wipe it, and you do that until everything has been cleaned. Chicken is browned beautifully in the oven. I've already checked my chicken.